How do you do, you fools? It's me, Akamatzu, and welcome to my Doom Beta First Impressions video. If you haven't played the Doom Beta already, you should. It's out right now, I believe, until the 17th of April, which is a Sunday here in America. And I hope you can play it because it's free. It's available on PC, PlayStation 4, and the Xbox One. So if you haven't played it, I would encourage you to go play it. I mean, it's a free game. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about my first impressions of the game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play some gameplay in the background. You're not, as you can see already, you're not going to see me. And there's going to be some gameplay of me playing the game. I played for roughly about, I would say about 8 hours so far into the game. And it'll just be gameplay. I don't know if I'll cut it together or not, but that's what's going to be happening. But with all that said, let's get on to my first impressions. I have to say that this game, when I first played it, I hated it. I didn't like it that much at all. It was kind of hard for me to, I don't know, I started out with the rocket launcher. It was kind of hard for me to get used to, I guess, the fast-pacedness of it. There is no run button in this game, but you don't need it because you are like sprinting the entire time you're playing the game. And that part, it threw me off because I was looking for buttons that were in, I guess, typical first-person shooters that aren't there. So, like, I was looking for a run button. I was looking for also a reload button. I can't tell you how many times I pressed the square button on PlayStation out of habit to reload my gun, and just for nothing to happen. And it's just a habit, and at first I just did not like it. But after a while, that feeling of the buttons not being there went away. The phantom pain was gone. And I actually ended up enjoying the fact that you didn't have to reload your gun and worry about reloading. And you didn't have to worry about running. I genuinely did enjoy that. Although it does take a strategic element of a first-person shooter out of the game. But the gameplay feeling of this is kind of not really strategic. The graphics in the game, I believe, are pretty good. I don't think they're the best they can be, but they are far from the worst they can be. I do believe they are here as a next-gen game. I do believe they were dumbed down to make the smoothness of the multiplayer run at that 60 frames per second, 1080p resolution. The gameplay you're seeing right now is not 60 frames per second. It's 30 frames per second. I don't have a device that can record at 60 frames, sadly, right now. But you'll see that while it's still smooth, I believe, at 60 frames. And I can only imagine when I was playing it at 60 frames, it was just as smooth too. It took me a while to get used to 60 frames, but now it's just, a norm, and I tend to not even notice it now. So there was no drop of frames I had. I didn't play on PC, so I would imagine you would, in the retail version, get, frames options, but I did read that the PC beta was restricted to 60 frames per second. And I know that came with a little bit of backlash, but for the console version, it's just fine. Now, when we talk about gameplay and all that good stuff, I found it in the beginning for me hard to adjust. It was just very hard to get used to the mechanics. 2 direct hits from a rocket launcher is a kill, but then splash damage from the rocket launcher around was not enough, and I just had a hard time kind of figuring out how many bullets would it take for me to put an opponent down. There's not so many weapons you can use. I think there is about a maximum of, 10 weapons. I know you get a shotgun, you get a plasma rifle, you get a bullet rifle, which I love. I love that. You get a rocket launcher, of course, and a lot of other joys. And they play really well. I think the gameplay in this game, the mechanics, is really fun. It's so fun to just go around and shoot and run and it never slows down. And that is what I really love about it, that it never slows down. And I don't really feel like I play a game online that is like that. I mean, you can run all the time in the new Halo and the Call of Duties, but it's not the same feeling as in this game. But what is the same feeling in this game is the level up system and the thing that they call, I think it's called packets or something like that. Hackets. And hackets to me are little boosters, are little boosters that you can put on your character. Each time you die, they change the game up. Whether it's like you spawn with 10% more armor, or you get a little reticle that highlights the person who killed you, and you can find them out that way. That is very Call of Duty-ish, I believe. And I didn't really fully understand how you utilize this system. I had it on automatic, but I didn't really try to customize it because I didn't really honestly care for it to begin. And on a side note, I forgot for the gameplay. There are two things you can do in the gameplay which are very fun. They have assassinations, melee assassinations, which are great and they look devastating, and I love them. You go from kicking people in the air if you get an air assassination to punching people in the gut and then cracking their necks. It's just beautiful, beautiful mayhem, and it's very good. And then also you can play as a demon himself, and it is just amazing. At first, I thought he was just a random NPC going around killing people. What actually happens is you take control of the demon, and you can just fire rockets and just obliterate the other team. I didn't think this was overpowered because there were times that I became the demon myself, and I got my ass handed to me. So I don't think it's overpowered, and I don't think it spawns on parts of the map that are more keen to the other team. The level up system, I'm not really sure if I like it or not. Half the time I didn't even realize it was there. And the things you unlock, I didn't really feel like were worth much. You unlock layouts at level 2, and that's nice. And I thought that was really great. But then you also unlock taunts, colors for your soldier, and stuff of that nature, skins, and these are all things that I just don't know why, but in this particular game, I just didn't really care about. When we talk about customization in this game, there's a little bit of customization in the game. You can customize your soldier and change his armor, change his color. I think you can pick from 7 colors, and then you can make him brighter, make him dimmer. You can make him look dirty, which is what I did, and I love the way it looks. And I run around as the green guy, and you can do all those things, but I found this system to be very, very, half-assed. I don't think the design of the Marines is that likable. I found a hard time finding the difference between the armor and really, ultimately, not even care to change it. I did love the taunt system, and I think that is hilarious how at the end of a game it shows the 3 best players from the whole game, not just the winning team, and you can taunt for about 10 seconds and glow, and I really think that is hilarious, and it was very well done. The game offers 2 modes, one which is your traditional deathmatch, and the other one, which I do not remember its name. You don't quote me on this, but I think it's called Warframe, but it's pretty much a moving King of the Hill, and they are fun. I found myself playing Team Deathmatch a lot more than Warframe, just because Warframe was just a harder game to find. It did take a little bit for me to find games in the beginning. I had to wait about 7 minutes to find my very first game, but after that, the multiplayer kind of was fluent. I didn't really get kicked out of games. I got dropped from one game, and then I also got, I believe, which was a bug where it automatically took me to the menu system, and then I couldn't get out, so the only way I could get out was by exiting the game. But those things are to be expected because it's an open beta. The one thing I do wish they would fix in this game is the hit detection. There was times that I would just die without even being realized that I was getting shot at, and I found this extremely annoying. I was doing very well. I would be on a killing spree, and next thing you know, I would just drop dead, and to come to find out that somebody was shooting me. And I would have no idea. There wasn't enough rumble in the controller or flash on the screen to give me any idea that I was getting shot at. Also, I really wish they would add some kind of background music. I felt like it was a little bit bland. And the one thing I wish they would fix else is the grenade icon. Half the time, I didn't even realize I had a grenade. It's that little box over there down in the screen, and I wish they would emphasize that just a little bit more to allow players to know that they have this. Other than that, I think it's a very, very fun game. I think you guys should definitely go out and try it yourself, and don't miss out on it. I think it's available for one more day for April the 17th. Please go check it out and tell me what you guys think. I would love to hear your guys' opinion of Doom, and will you guys be buying this? I don't think I will be getting it, not because I don't like the game and I'm not interested in Doom, but because I don't have the money to go out and buy brand new games like that. If I did, I still don't know if I would get it. I'm not really sure. I'll have to play more. I hope there's a single player demo in the future for us to play, and that will probably be my decision-making point right then. If you guys like content like this, could you please help me out with either a like or a dislike? It just lets me know if I'm doing a good job or bad job, or if you guys would prefer more stuff like this or different stuff like this. This is the first time I made a video like this, and I have to say it's a little different for me to do, but yeah, I would like to hear your guys' opinion as always. I value it very much. And with that being said, it's now time for me to go, and if you like to see some more, hit the button down below, and I will see all of you guys in the next video.